this month and to support our locally owned businesses and go out and buy your Valentine, your BFF, your family, whoever, get them some wonderful gifts and
Exactly.
downtown Statesville. And we've got some guests with us this morning.
Yes, indeed.
Excited to have Jonathan Nobinger with
Greetings.
Fourth Creek Brewing Company and Matt Clendenin with our Gregory Jewelers.
Good morning.
And so, yeah, we're just excited to be able to highlight our locally owned businesses a couple times a month and showcase them.
Exactly. And but before we do that, though, anything special coming up, holidays other than Valentine's, of course?
Yeah, so before Valentine's weekend, we do have carriage rides available for the
Oh,
public.
really?
So yeah, you can go onto our website, downtownstatesville.com, and we're having. So if you want to take your family for a nice little ride on Saturday night, and
That's cool.
there is some rain in the forecast, but we go in the rain. It has a top to it, and Jonathan has said that rain
Rain is a blessing.
That's right. So
I like
if you need a
that.
blessing, come get a carriage ride on Saturday night.
It could be romantic.
That's
It could
right.
be very romantic.
So do we need reservations online?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you make your reservation online and you actually buy the whole carriage. So we're following COVID protocols
Oh.
and we're cleaning in between each carriage ride. So it's nice and safe.
Bring a crew. How many, like
well, you can
6
seat.
or 8?
In these carriage, it's the vis-a-vis carriage, so you can seat 4 adults,
Okay.
and you can have 4 lap-sized children with you. So,
Oh, okay, cool.
so make a night of it. Bring your family out and enjoy dinner out in downtown.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like that. And then, of course, next month is March, and there's St. Valentine's Day, March Madness.
Well, there's St. Patrick's Day for the Irish
That's right.
cruise. Yeah.
That's right. So and you'll have a lot of spring.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what they might
International
have down
drinking
there.
holiday.
That's exactly right.
Yes. So I want to get started with Jonathan.
All right.
Excited
Thank
to
you for
have
having me. It's a pleasure.
to have him on the show, but also to have you guys in downtown Statesville, and it was a long time in
It
coming.
was a very long time.
Kind of tell us about your business and how you got started.
I started out just at home on my kitchen stovetop, much to my wife's chagrin. And as the hobby grew from 1 gallon, a cooking pot, if you will, that turned into buckets and ginormous kettles in the kitchen, and that was promptly banished to the garage.
I understand, Kristen.
Yeah, lots of buckets and yeast and bread-smelling beer in the kitchen. Yeah, I thought it was a good thing. And then, if a bucket blew off a lid or something, it was quite an adventure in those early years. And then around 2014, I decided, hey, I think I really want to pursue this. And in 2015, I was making the festival circuits, with the only Fourth Creek shirt in existence that I'd made myself, handing out flyers and, telling people, hey, there's going to be a brewery in Statesville. I'm looking for the right building. And as you and I scoured.
We spent a few years working on that.
Crawling in buildings and basements and through spider
Well,
webs.
and it's kind of backwards, too. So for a brewery, they have to have a lease on a space before they ever get started. Before
Really?
they have to. So
Before
they have
you
to
can even get your permit, you have to have the location.
right, a license with the state. So yeah,
So
it's really a backwards
constant
kind of.
chicken, egg, cart, horse.
Yeah.
Where you're going to go and how much money can I get a hold of, or how big of a system can I squeeze through the door? I mean, there's a lot of breweries that started out in the 5-gallon buckets, and they just had a whole lot of them. And
And you have to have a lease in place, so you're paying
absolutely.
on a
And
lease
so
before you're even
able
brewing
to do
anything.
anything.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So it is challenging.
In 2017, we signed the lease, and we were in the building 13 months to the day before we opened. So we, gutted everything and remodeled and all new utilities.
And did a great job with
It
that
is
space.
beautiful.
Thank you.
From what it looked like before.
I do.
It was
purple.
It's really nice.
purple walls
The
and-
investment that they
and,
made in that space. So.
What was there before? I can't remember.
discotheque.
Yeah.
The Beer Babe posters were still on the wall, and my oldest son, I think he was, 5 at the time, and he points up to Miss Kate Upton and pointed out her assets and asked me about that, and was promptly reprimanded for
I'm
not
sure you
removing
were.
those, and they were removed post haste.
I went into. We were still having the Friday after fives, and it was early, and y'all were still working on it, and the door happened to be open, so I popped in. I can't remember if it was you or.
There was a couple of us running around in those times.
So went to the back, and I was blown away. The giant, what do you call them?
Fermenters, tanks.
They're huge. Because I was kind of expecting,
buckets.
kind of a big pan and several stoves, but no.
We just have one large stove. and
So I was really impressed.
Thank you.
Very impressed.
Picked a lot of brains over the years, and volunteer labor at friends' breweries, and that's the nice thing about the brewing world is it's so collaborative, and we have a golden rule of don't be a D word. You're commanded to be nice to everybody and give help.
I can't figure it out.
That's
You can tell me later.
You can Google it later.
Okay.
By yourself.
So you guys celebrated your 2 year.
2 years in September.
Really?
September, yeah.
So this coming fall will be 3 years.
So really, you were about a year and a half into
Prior.
it when COVID
Yes.
hit.
Yes.
So making it a challenge for everybody, right?
Yes, especially for a tap room modeled brewery. We're not set up to sling cans everywhere, or kegs for that matter.
Who would have known?
Who would have known? That was
right.
not in the business plan. Global pandemic.
Yes.
All right, so people love breweries. They love going and seeing the kind of the flavor of a community, and so we're really fortunate to have them in downtown Statesville. But tell me something unusual that the public wouldn't understand about a brewery or brewing beer. I mean, we just get to the end.
Right.
Nice
You see
little-
the
yeah,
end
exactly.
product. Well, it on average takes about 2 to 3 weeks to make one batch of beer.
Really?
And tell me, like a batch of beer.
For me is 5 barrels is our measurement, but that'd be about 155 gallons. For some breweries, that's their test system. For us, that's cranking along. We still have
You said
our old
3 weeks.
About 3 weeks.
Wow.
So we could turn around a beer in about 2, for a simple pale ale or something like that. But if we want to let something age on fruit or condition in a barrel, to get that bourbon and wood and all of those flavors, it could be a few months. But on average, a couple weeks we'll turn around a batch of beer. Essentially, you make really watery oatmeal and you boil that liquid. You add your hops, which are a natural preservative, and they're chock full of nutrient. It's actually a nutritive product. It's full of micronutrients and probiotics and things, and then you let it ferment and do its thing, and then we carbonate it with CO2 or something we're going to start this year is traditional cask aging, where the beer isn't quite finished and it carbonates naturally in the cask. So there's the whole tapping the bung and the spout, and you got to drink it quick. It's meant to be a big festive thing, and so we're kind of waiting until the crowd can
Until you can have a festive
crowd to enjoy the festivities. And so but something that a lot of people don't realize is North Carolina, where we live, is like the breadbasket of the South, and so we use a lot of ingredients that have been used in beer for thousands of years. I mean, they've been making beer since they cultivated grain, and North Carolina is specifically situated to grow grain and hops, something that's very unique to this area. And so most of our ingredients come from within 30 miles of our brewery.
Really?
So, yep. Grown here in Iredell and
what is
Davie
that?
County.
That's called
terroir.
Can't think of the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
But
It's
it'll
that
come
way.
to me later, yeah.
I know.
And women were the actual first brewers. So
Of course we were.
Of course,
we were. I mean, come on.
And so, like,
We were the
we're,
first of everything.
Yeah, we're actually
You go,
releasing a
girl.
beer soon that was brewed by the females of Fourth Creek. So all the
Really?
ladies got together one Monday and brewed a beer. I was only there for technical support. I sat and drank a beer and got to point a finger, and I felt
awesome.
like king for the day. Normally, it's quite the opposite.
Yes, I mean, this is like those 3 weeks. It's not like a regular 9 to 5 job.
No, it's kind of cyclical, ups and downs. This week I'm brewing every day. It's 10, 12, 16-hour days. I got in at 5 this morning, and I'll be there till probably 8, 9 o'clock tonight. And then next week I get to do office work all week. Hey, that's pretty nice. You work real hard for a little bit,
Right.
and then
So it's different processes take
Yes.
different amounts of time.
So then it'll be a whole lot of cleaning things one day or two, and a whole lot of brewing the next. And then you're always cleaning something. But
Well, that's a good thing.
yes,
Thank you for
cleanliness is next to godliness.
So you have a lot of unique names for your beers.
Yes.
So, tell us how you.
Some of them are on the moment. Hey, it'd be funny if we named a beer this. And so, the girls' beer is a play on the joke, that's what she said. So we're going to name this beer, that's what she brewed. And because she brewed it. And so it's to support the Pink Boots Society. It's an education scholarship program for female brewers. And it sends
Very
them
cool.
to brewing school. It also,
That's AB Tech, right?
I think so. AB Tech and App State's got a great program, and a lot of community colleges are jumping onto the
Mitchell Community College. That would be a wonderful addition.
It's just right there.
great
I know.
internship opportunity is
Hey.
right across the street
goodness
as well.
gracious, yes.
Throwing that out there. And so the Pink Boots Society also educates in human trafficking, and so they try to help
Excellent.
put a stop to that as well. So it's a great program, and we're very proud to use this blend of hops that the ladies put together, and $3 of each pound of that hop goes to this program. So we bought a big box of these hops, and we created a guava IPA with that, and they came up with the recipe, and I'm very proud, so very proud.
That's awesome.
My wife, Kristen, and our, bartenders, Jamie, they did it all. And so we'll be kegging that up this week, and it'll release next week. Some of the names are plays on Statesville in history. Like our Bourbon Barrel Stout, Dooley's Last Request, is a play on the story of Tom Dooley.
Yeah.
And, maybe he didn't request a bourbon barrel aged beer on that fateful day, but, if it were
should
around,
have.
he should have. He would
That's
have.
right. That's right.
And we, some are pokes at myself. My nieces call me Uncle Jobby. And so any beer that's named Jobby is usually a brown ale. That is my particular favorite. But my wife played a mean, cruel joke on me. I didn't realize that Jobby is a Scottish term for poo. And so my nieces were calling me Uncle Jobby, and I thought it was because they couldn't say Uncle Johnny. It was because my wife trained them to say this. And then when I put two and two together, it was like, well, you know what?
yeah.
I am the
Yes.
man. So
That's
I'm
right.
the woo-hoo, and I'll own that. So I'll be your Uncle Jobby. So
Good man.
Some
That's funny.
some of them are just funny puns and jokes and plays on words, and some are a throw to history. And
Let's see. Hannah says, hey, Jonathan. We love our Fourth Creek family. Adam says, love Fourth Creek Brewing Company and Jonathan and all the other staff.
oh, thank you.
Jim says, yay, did. I'm sure of it. Dooley's always drink the best. That's,
Oh yeah.
but he spells his Doole, not
Yeah.
Dooley as in Tom. But anyway, you got that right.
So, COVID, how are you managing the challenges, and what are the plans to once things kind
glad I make
of
beer.
return to normal?
Yeah. There you go.
There's some days that you just have to sit down and crack a beer and count your blessings. There have been hard days, days you go in the back and go in the walk-in and have a little come to Jesus meeting, yell at a keg or do whatever. And then other days I have been overcome by the love and support of our patrons, of our Fourth Creek family, as we call them. People would walk by if they're just out with the dog, bang on the window, and I'd go open the door. Hey, you need something? I'll sell it to you. No, I just wanted to tell you I love you, and we won't let your family starve. And thanks for hanging in there, because my family's needed you through this time too. And
Cool.
yeah,
That's right.
go back to the walk-in and cry some more. And it's so that the days that you just want to throw in the towel, somebody grabs you you're trying to get out for the day, and man, I just wanted to say thank you for all you do, and that's what keeps you going each day, because it's not about the money, and it's not even about the beer. I mean, yes, it's about the beer. That's what we do, but it's about the people, the relationships we've made, and the community we've built. So that's what keeps us going.
That's right.
Makes it
And
worthwhile.
we've got, as I said, we got to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
That's right.
Yes.
And Jonathan said,
Is that an oncoming train?
I
Don't
went home
maim
and I
me,
told my husband that. We loved it. We loved it. So, well, come out and support Fourth Creek Brewing. They're following safety protocols, COVID and
Absolutely.
cleaning, and then we're ready for when things can get back to
What's your
normal.
exact address?
226 West Broad Street,
And if
Okay.
people want more information,
fourthcreekbrew.com, or on the social webs, Facebook, Instagram. We just started a TikTok account.
oh my Lord, that will be funny.
Yes, Lord, yes.
Well, yeah, they're
the
so
things
creative.
we do.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
And so our other guest today is Matt Clendenin with our Gregory Jewelers. And wow, so we go from somebody who's been, in downtown for 2 years, a little bit longer than that, and to a business that's been here a long time. So tell us about our Gregory's is celebrating its 40th anniversary this year, right? So tell us about the history and
So my father-in-law, Rick Gregory, was in the jewelry business for some time, and he thought, if I can do a good job for these other people that I've worked for, I can probably go out on my own and do an okay job of it. So in 81, he, I can't remember if, I think it was Aaronson's at the time. I think he was closing. Rick saw the opportunity to open his own store. So we've been just going strong ever since.
so you've been at that location at
same
124.
122.
122 for all
The
4
entire
years.
time, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, since 81.
That's pretty incredible.
That is awesome. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
So tell me, I thought of this one question I wanted to ask. What is the one word that comes to your mind that people think about when they hear our Gregory Jewelers?
Family.
Oh.
Not what I would have thought, but yeah.
That's right.
And a lot of that's because we have been here for so long.
Mm-hmm.
We started out where Rick was dealing with fathers or grandfathers. Now we literally see the entire family come through the door for gifts, engagement rings. So it's really neat to see. Like, I've seen guys that were born. I was literally at the hospital when one of them was born, and I sold him his engagement ring.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
That's cool.
So it's kind of neat. And to see, like, when people come in and they're referred from somebody that's been a long time customer, and they just, they keep coming back in. And unique, too, I guess. Just because we make it a point to have stuff that's different that you don't see everywhere.
The one word that I came up was quality. That's kind of what I.
That's in there
so.
too.
Okay, not just one word. We can go with more than that.
Quality
So,
family. Okay.
That's right.
so unique stuff. What is kind of the number one item that you see leave your establishment?
Probably because we're able to source our diamonds from Antwerp. We travel this year. We haven't gone, but a lot of engagement rings.
And that's over in
Belgium.
Antwerp, Belgium. Yes. But it's hard to really pin like a specific thing. We do get a lot of business and referrals for engagement rings just because of the fact we're able to travel there and save people some money by going directly there and buying our inventory.
Gotcha.
This year's been a little different. We still purchase from Antwerp. It's just a little lag in time getting here now.
So when
because
you
of
actually
everything.
when you go there, are you actually like bringing the diamonds back with you, like in a secure
No.
case?
At one time, there
That's a
was
good
times
question.
where they would literally pack little bags like that and bring them. Now there's an organization that we're members of. It's kind of like a co-op. So I think typically it's about a 6 to 8 week period in Antwerp where they book groups to come every week to purchase. So what they do, we go in, go to the different brokers that we want to go to and the different cutters, look at inventory, decide what we want to purchase. Mm-hmm. We purchase it from them, and then they hold it for us in their vault. Uh-huh. Then at the end of the week, somebody from the co-op goes by, confirms all the invoices, and they send one partial back to their main office here. Mm-hmm. And then they divvy it all back out and ship it all out to us. One's for security, mm-hmm. and two, it saves everybody money because that stuff comes like through Brinks. So they're sending one partial instead of how many ever. I mean, there can be 15 to 20 of us there at one time. So
you're actually like picking out the diamonds that you guys want to
yes.
sell in the store.
So example, if we go, let's say we're looking for 1 carat round diamonds. Mm-hmm. So we'll tell them what we're looking for. It's like Sasha, whenever I had him on the radio that morning.
Right.
I'll give him a particular parameter to stay in, and he might set a box down that's got 150, 200 diamonds in it.
Wow.
So we sort through as many as we can get through, and we'll start a no pile and a yes pile. And we'll do that. So then once we have the yes pile, he'll take all the rest of it away. We'll go back through those again and scrutinize them again. Yeah. And we keep going until we will it down to how many we need or we want to buy. So we're really, literally picking the best out of that group. And it's not necessarily a specific quality. We're just looking for what's the best buy, the best quality for the money in that range.
That's interesting.
It is. And
what kind of training do you have to have for that? I mean, like, are you guys like looking at it?
Yeah, we're looking at through
analyzing
loops, and they have microscopes if you want to use them whenever we're there. So Kim, she is a graduate gemologist from GIA, which is basically how I explain it is people, it's like having your master's degree in our business. Mm-hmm. I'm an accredited jeweler professional, which kind of skims what she did. I took a diamond grading class in that, but then I was lucky enough when I was there, because I've been there 18 years. Mm-hmm. So Rick was there probably 11 of those years, 10 or 11 years. Mm-hmm. So with him and Kim, like you just, after you've done it enough, you kind of just, it's just like any business. You get a feel for what's going to work, what's not going to work. But it took about 5 years to really be comfortable with certain things.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. You were going to ask a question?
Well, I was going to say, like pinky rings. So,
right.
Sorry. But I guess every time I think of the jewelry store, our Gregory, I just, my mind goes to wedding rings and engagement rings and stuff. But there's a whole lot more to it than just rings.
Oh, yeah.
Like?
Necklaces, earrings. Are you talking about the actual engagement itself, or
no,
just
all the different kinds
all
of
the different
things?
kinds. Oh yeah, there's from bead bracelets to engagement rings to from a $25 charm to a $50,000 engagement ring.
Gee.
So it's a wide span.
Nice.
I can speak to his engraving skills as well.
Yep, and the engraving.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Matt did an awesome job on our mugs for our mug club members. We have the logo engraved on it, and the members get to pick a name and a number, and it sits on the wall. But I was in a bind, and the person we had doing those engravings is no longer doing that, and so walked in one day, and I said, Matt, a friend said I need to come down here, and he hooked me up. Did an awesome job on those, and they look great. And I had a compass, a brass compass engraved once as a gift, and I got it done at that shop a few years back. And so
excellent.
He really thinks out of the box sometimes, like, hey, I'm looking for something cool, or I need this thing engraved. And he says, well, I'll give it a go, and we'll see what happens. And so thank you for helping us out.
Yeah, no
we
problem.
Real
I was
bind
to do it.
So you got, so when you come in, obviously you've got we'll go back to the like engagement rings again. You have them in the case and everything, but wonder if I didn't see what I wanted. Can you make me something?
Yes. Yeah. So custom is a fairly big part of our business.
Really?
Whether we do it in-house or we work with the designers we work with, a lot of times because we're working with people that design merchandise all the time or do different things, why not tap into some of the people that are some of the best award-winning designers in the country, and I'll talk to them and say, hey, this is what our customers want to do. They'll sketch it. Mm-hmm. From a sketch, we'll make changes. From there, we'll go to actually a computer rendering, even as far as actually them having a wax model of whatever it is we're designing for the customer to actually hold and see all the way into production. So, like, I've had people draw their engagement ring.
Really?
Pictures, or have like 6 different pictures and say, well, I like this from this one, I like that from this one, and I just kind of combine them. Or even if they'll bring in their grandmother's engagement set, and they like this style, but they want to use what their grandmother left them.
Oh, okay.
Well, we can take what they have and adapt it to the look they're wanting to do that. So
yeah, I've had some friends who have had some things done there where they've had family heirlooms and they want to kind of put it into a different setting or merge it all into one. Mm-hmm. And it's spectacular.
I mean, it is.
Yeah, it really is.
And we've even had ladies come in where they've had a piece forever and they're just not wearing it anymore. So they'll bring it in and we'll redesign it into something else. So they're still able to enjoy that same piece, just in a different version of it. But yeah, you're only limited by your imagination.
That's cool.
And well, they have payment plans.
Yeah, we do have payment plans.
Say your wallet. You're limited by your wallet, but no. What's the busiest time of year for you guys?
Christmas, which I would say probably for about all retail, it's Christmas.
Yeah.
So from about Thanksgiving to Christmas Day, we do probably 65 to 75% of our business for the year.
Wow.
So it's a really
important time.
It's a very important time for all retail, that time of year.
Yeah. What? Where do you think that? Where are you pulling your customers from?
The majority is local here in
Really? Okay.
Statesville, the Mooresville area and surrounding. I do have some out-of-state customers, but for the most part, it's
a local base.
It's local.
Okay.
It's a local base.
And how are you guys managing COVID?
We're hanging in there. Business, thankfully, has been good. Mm-hmm. Obviously, whenever we closed, we didn't know really what to expect. We did work by appointment.
Right.
There are ways for people to get a hold of us through our website. We were lucky, some of the companies that we partner with, when everybody saw this coming, the people that manage our website, we went straight to a text chat little window that pops up on our website.
Okay.
So people could get a hold of us. It comes directly to my phone. And a lot of the customers over years, like I was talking about family, have my phone number, my cell number, or Kim's phone number. So if they needed something bad enough, they could get a hold of us. And we forwarded the phones at the store to our cell phones.
Yeah.
Then once we opened back up, it was really business, appointment based, and then we just opened the doors up, I think the day before Mother's Day. Okay. And I would prefer to have a store full of people and people standing around waiting to help, but through the year, usually at most we might have 6 people in the store. Mm-hmm. So
you're well within the...
we're well within the limits. Mm-hmm. And we had a lot of people that understood, like we had a few people that would look in the door and see several people in. They didn't feel comfortable coming in, so they would just wait. But we're still even making appointments now. Yeah. If they want to go in a private room or if they want to come in after hours or right before we open, we've made accommodations. We've done private appointments. I was probably driving all over Iredell County when we were closed to make deliveries and even work with people at home. Yeah. Take what they had an idea what they wanted and do that.
Cool.
So some of the things that you have planned for the 40th year, you've got some things happening at the business. So tell us a little bit about that.
So after Valentine's, we are going to remodel the showroom floor. We're going to freshen up with new carpet, new cases. So it's going to be a different look on the inside.
Yeah.
And with it being our 40th year, I know that we have plans in the work to do a Founders Day sale in August. And then there's some other stuff we're working on, but COVID is kind of throwing a monkey wrench because we've been looking at this for the past couple years,
Right.
trying to plan stuff. And so now you kind of
Hopefully by August,
yeah,
all will be.
hopefully by then
Yeah.
things will be different, and we'll be able to move forward with some of the other plans that we've got.
Well, I mean, 40 years in the same location, is
location, yeah.
just amazing, and so lucky to have you guys in downtown Statesville.
Thank you.
So,
It is. We just have some really
well, and
nice
if people
shops.
tell us how, if somebody wants to get in touch with you guys.
They can find our website is rgregoryjewelers.com. Of course, we're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and I think my daughter did a TikTok for us too. She's in charge of that
wait.
one. Like
They'll
she's
have
at
you
the
doing
store,
things
yeah.
you didn't know you could do.
And then, of course, they can always stop in or call us at the store, and we'll be happy to help. Or they pull up the website, they'll see the little text
box.
chat window. They can click that, and they'll get me directly.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool. All right. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate you so
Thank you
much.
for having
Thank me.
As always. And thank you, Marin.
Thank
if
you.
somebody wants to get in touch, what's the best way?
DowntownStatesville.com.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
And on social, but same thing. Downtown
Yeah,
Statesville.
that's Downtown Statesville. All right. That sounds good. Downtown on tap. It's 25 minutes until 11 o'clock.
Thank you.
Reliability, selection, and integrity has made Little Shavers Wood Shop the #1 source for lumber, plywood, and building materials in Iredell and Rowan County. Their drive and passion for business guarantees you'll always find a huge selection in stock, receive on-time and accurate delivery, and unsurpassed friendly service each and every time. Conveniently located at 3301 Salisbury Highway in Statesville, or give them a call today at 704-872-3148, or visit them online at lilshavers.com. That's Lil shavers.com. Beautiful American-made furniture doesn't need to be expensive. You just need to shop at Southern Comfort Furniture and Mattress in Statesville. This locally owned business features a great selection of sofas, recliners, bedroom suites, and double-sided plush and pillow top mattresses. Come in and see why they were voted 2020 Best Place to Buy a Mattress in Statesville. Now you can come by and see Jim Taylor, formerly